So, hello and welcome to the show with Mannali Raheja. So, today I have a guest, Neena Kulkarni, who is a tarot card reader and a spiritual healer. So, today's show is about, and the podcast is about a basic tarot card reading and how does it help all the time. So, I welcome you, Neena ji and Neena ma'am, to start off with this show. And I would really want to introduce yourself on the show or the audience and the people who are watching us and listening so that it becomes more easier as and when we proceed with the basics of tarot card.
Thank you for hosting me on your show, Mannali. It's a privilege to be here and talk to the audience regarding my tarot and spiritual healing. So I am a tarot life coach. So tarot consultation reading is a basic thing which people know. The tarot coaching is little advanced thing. Advanced in the sense, here we empower our client. So that is the difference. Just reading and telling them the facts and figures and just leaving them will not solve the purpose. So our mission is to coach them, to guide them how they can really make use of tarot. And that is why I call myself a tarot life coach and a spiritual healer. So it is a very interesting modality, and as we progress, I'll be sharing more details with you all. Thank you for inviting me on this show.
My pleasure. Thank you. So to start off, what exactly is tarot card and where did it origin and how is it in India? Like many of them are doing it, but a basic idea about it.
Tarot actually, its history goes long back from 14th century. So there are a lot of details regarding the history where it originated, but it was actually first like a game of cards. But then it gained the divination, and people started using it as a divination tool. And recently, for the more than 2 centuries, it has become more popular, and of late, it is gaining more popularity as we have many people who are understanding about tarot and who are taking this as their mission to guide people, help people in their problem solving cases. Recently, it is developing more and gaining more popularity as a divination tool as well as a guidance tool because people have started understanding, and especially with this online promotions, people really have understood what it is, and that is the reason they are attracted towards it.
Okay, wonderful. So, understanding about the spreads or the cards, what exactly it is like? Because for a basic, what are the cards? Different kinds of spreads which are
Yeah.
used and why it is used. If that
In,
particular thing can be
yeah,
understood.
the traditional tarot cards uh, are the cards which we use. The most popular amongst them is the Rider Waite card. So
Okay.
I would like to show you the cards, how the cards are. So this is a Rider Waite deck where we have 78 cards with different pictures. Okay. So these cards are actually each picture, it signifies and it tells about something. So this original traditional cards, 78 in numbers, gives a lot of guidance. There are different types of other cards also. Like this is when we have 78 cards, we call them tarot cards. If
Okay.
the number is less, means there are some decks which have less number of cards. So we call them as oracle cards. Or we have, so oracle cards does not have a fixed number. Each
Okay.
deck has its own numbers. Some may be having 51, some may be having 45. It depends. But if you have a traditional deck and has 78 cards, we call it as a tarot cards. So this is the
Okay.
Rider Waite deck which I have. Then there is one more which is called as the Osho Zen.
Okay.
So these are having tarot cards, and so there is a pattern on how they depict certain things. There is a way how we read them.
Okay.
Whereas oracle cards, like angel cards and all, they have written messages on it. So I will show you an angel card also, where it has some messages written on it. So when we pull a card, there is a guidance. For example, I pulled a card, it shows positivity. So what is
Okay.
positivity? How you should follow, how you should actually be positive minded. It is a guidance given in the card. So this is how
Wow.
we have
This
different.
was totally new to me. Select those cards, and what are the major and minor cards if we say about it?
Yeah. So basically, I am practicing rider weight cards. So rider weight cards, they give. I have studied them in depth. Means the same card I can read for a general reading, for a career reading, for a relationship reading. So the each card can be read in a different way for a different question of the client. So I have studied it in depth, and so for different spreads, for different questions, we have different spreads, and accordingly we read it. So
Okay.
for me, rider weight is my deck which I use it.
Okay. Okay. So then these cards can be mixed up with the questions, like Rider Waite and the Oracle and the Angel card, or is it differently? I mean, one set only once for the one question
Yes.
only. How does that work?
Yes. So all this, actually there is a lot of relation with intuition. So when a client comes to us, we intuitively connect with the client's energy, and then we choose a deck, whether we want to use Osho Zen, whether we want to use Rider Waite. And in Rider Waite also sometimes we club it with uh, oracle cards.
Oh,
Sometimes if
okay.
we want some guidance from the angels, so I use the oracle cards also. So we can
Okay.
mix two decks. With rider weight, we can mix the oracle cards. So it all depends on the coach as to what reading she wants to do, he or she wants to do, and which cards they want to combine. But usually
Okay.
rider weight give a in-depth reading.
Okay. Wonderful. So basically, there are questions like yes, no reading also. So how does that help?
Yeah. Just in the previous question, you also asked about the major and minor cards. So
Right.
each
Right.
deck, so major and minor cards are found in these traditional tarot decks. So in 78 cards, 22 cards are major cards, which tell you about the major lessons of life.
Okay.
Whereas the minor cards, they tell about the minor events, so day-to-day events of the life. So there are a lot other things to it, but I'm just giving you the basic thing. And
Yes.
in the minor cards, we have four suits, four different categories of cards. So,
Right.
and in that, each suit, we have 10 cards numbering 1 to 10, plus four cards which are called as code cards and which talk about personalities.
Okay.
Yeah. So, this is how the major and minor cards are divided in the rider weight.
So those personality wise which you're saying, so it is basically the question asked for whoever is asking his personality, or maybe a person is asking for some other person or relation. I mean that personality. What exactly? I mean, or both the personalities.
No, for example, when we take a spread, so if a code card comes in you in the present, and a court card comes, suppose a queen comes or a king comes, so
Yeah.
naturally it talks about how your behavior is in your present situation, whether you're
Okay.
behaving like a queen of a particular suit or a king of a particular suit, or you are behaving like a page or a knight. So it talks
Oh,
about your personality. So all this depends on which position the card is coming.
okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Great. Yeah. So my next question, as I mentioned, what are the yes no kind of readings, and is it like a basic one or it really helps?
See, yes and no questions are, we can ask questions, there are methods, but as far as tarot is concerned, as I told, that it is a guidance tool. It doesn't tell about just yes, go for it, no, don't go for it. It tells you about the different possibilities. So if you desire something and I say no, don't go for it, that is
Okay,
not the empowering way of giving an answer.
right. Actually,
Knowledge tells about, means the person, what has happened in the recent past. Okay, then is present,
okay,
then he himself in the present position, how is the client behaving, then what is
okay,
his near future, possibilities of the near future, means what events might be expected, turn of events might be expected in near future. Then the environment, a client has some ambition, some goals, but what is the environment, it is conducive or not, the environment cards tells us. Then there is a hope or there is a fear around any goal.
okay,
Okay, so the client, by the when we study the hope and fear card, we get to know whether he is hoping for a good result or he has fears within. If a positive card comes, we say it is hope. But if a card which comes with slightly negative, means negative, you can't say negative, but which tells some uncertainty, then we understand that the client has some kind of fear, and then we know we where to clear the blockage. Where is the blockage? Where is the problem? So we work with the client to clear those blockages, so he gets away with that fear,
okay.
he overcomes that fear, so that whatever goal he wants to achieve, he can progress towards it. So that is why I say it is very empowering thing.
Great, great.
So it is just not the prediction, we will tell how he is progressing. And when the cards come out, you won't believe, it so much resonates with the client himself gets amazed as to,
Of
oh,
course.
यही तो हुआ है मेरी जिंदगी में,
Okay,
आपको
okay.
कैसे पता चला, that is how they say.
Okay, so this is kind of a case study in fact. I mean, because it's maybe intuitive which comes across, and the questions and
Yeah.
other things. So it's
Hmm.
a combination of both the things which are there. Energy
Yes.
of client, energy of tarot card reader, and the cards itself. So
Exactly.
basically those things
Yes.
are put up.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you also mentioned positive and negative. So does the card have that positive, negative things in it during the reading, or is it basic? As I said, it's a case study understanding the card. I mean, there might be some cards which are not good. I mean, not to say good, but something which
Hmm.
is dangerous or something which is not okay, right? In those 72 card spreads and other things. So how does that thing is there?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
are
So actually, see, life is just not a bed of roses, isn't it? You have the positives, you have the negatives. So each card has a positive side and a flip side also. So you cannot deny that. You cannot deny that. So, but when we see the if in a situation, if we see the flip side of a card, sometimes the client lives the flip side of the card. For example, this is a very beautiful card, the sun card, which is right in front of me. Okay, so this card, but this talks about happiness, success, living, means having like childlike energy, full of enjoyment, and every, means yellow color telling it's success. But sometimes the client may live the flip side of this,
okay,
though everything is there but not happy, success is there but still not satisfied. So the childlike energy should be there. He is on the horse, but still no momentum. So that is called the flip side of the card. So it is not negative. So when we see this, if the client is living the flip side of the card, then we try to counsel him and bring him out of it.
Okay.
So this is what we can call it as the negative side of it.
Okay. Though the card is positive, but with the energy, maybe you
Yes,
understand,
yes,
or with the
yes.
question, you might understand how it is coming, right?
Yeah.
That is what.
And sometimes you may feel like I will show you another card, which many people really fear as to, oh my God, ये card आ गया. See, this is card as the death card.
Death card. Okay.
अभी नाम से ही लोग घबरा जाते हैं. Oh my God, death card. But actually, this is a very beautiful card. This tells कि पुरानी चीजों को त्याग दो और नई चीजें शुरू करो.
Okay.
हाँ, you need to relive it. You need to have a new life. So it is a very beautiful transformative card. लेकिन उसका नाम डेथ है ना, तो जब क्लाइंट देखता है हे भगवान डेथ कार्ड, so this is metaphoric death. It is not the real death. So
True.
it tells you that you need to transform. इसी तरीके से there is one more card called tar card. अभी देखो सब उथल पुथल हो रहा है इसमें, है ना? Can you
Yeah,
see?
exactly.
हाँ, तो ये उथल पुथल क्या है? ये फाउंडेशनल शिफ्ट हो रही है क्लाइंट के जिंदगी में. सो अभी शिफ्टिंग होता है, कभी ट्रांसफर हो जाता है, कभी यू चेंज द जॉब. इजंट इट अ फाउंडेशनल शिफ्ट? समटाइम यू चेंज योर करियर आल्सो, बट दैट इज फॉर बेटर.
Okay.
So this is how we can't say that the card is a negative or positive.
Okay. So that
है
is
ना?
again if that card, depending upon the situation, right? And the questions, basically
हाँ,
how
so
it is.
we should not say that भाई ये पॉजिटिव है ये नेगेटिव है, ऐसा नहीं कहना चाहिए. सो ये कार्ड आपको लगेगा कि भाई ये पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है इसमें उथल पुथल, बट दिस इज
Actually,
ऑल्सो वेरी पॉजिटिव ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव कार्ड. Okay.
yeah,
So I think I made myself clear.
right. Of
Mm.
course. Guide the person in a present or future with the counseling.
Yes,
How?
yes. Yeah, see, naturally, when we do a spread for the client, we get to know what is his situation. We question them. So this is the past card. Has in recent past something happened like this? Then they will tell us about it, isn't it? So that we can resonate. Oh, maybe that thing in the past has affected, and this is the reason why the client in present is behaving like this or is facing this situation. Okay. So naturally, when we see that, we tell how he should work in the present and bring a transformation. And for that, we use modalities, remedies, so that the path can be paved.
Okay. Okay. You have already mentioned that how you check and select tarot card deck during the client, right? It's basically what is on the question, it's majorly, or the situation which
Yeah,
is
the
there.
situation.
So if
Yes.
a person wants to start off with a tarot card, what would be the basic thing? Because many of them will not understand the angelic thing, or if only, as you mentioned, I mean, you showed me the other parts of the cards different. So only the tarot card is basic one which wants to have to go to it, or they eventually grow into that part, or they are stick to one thing, or only work on angelic things. How does that thing happen?
No,
One
you mean to one who wants to learn, or you want about the
Yeah, yeah, one
client?
who wants to learn. I mean, if anyone is looking forward for.
Yes,
So,
yes. See, when you go on this tarot journey, if you want to become a tarot coach, slowly you will see, because when you get to learn the things, you will know the basics. Then you will see how the cards are. When you go into the depth, you will see different kinds of cards, and then again, how to what you resonate with is very important.
okay.
Hmm. So, and you will be able to choose for yourself. So it all depends when you take the course, when you start learning about them, then you really feel the connect with the cards. Like for us, the cards are like, it's just like constantly they are with me wherever I go. Means even if
Of
I
course.
travel, I don't put them in check-in baggage. I keep them in my purse.
Of course.
So it is like a friend forever with us, inseparable. So this is how you develop a connect. So
Okay.
even we talk to the cards. We ask about the well-being of the cards, everything. It's just
You
like you
when
would
you
talk to a
talk to
friend.
the cards, and
Yes.
you also ask what I mean. I couldn't get the second line.
Yeah. Okay. We ask about their well-being also. Suppose the weather is very cold,
Okay.
so whether it was comfortable, whether because we keep them in a case, wrapped in a silk cloth, very carefully. So we care for them.
Okay. Okay. So
So that is
almost
how we
like
develop a connect.
protected
Yeah,
types.
so that is how we develop a connect with the cards, and they resonate with us. Then there is another question I think which you have put forth, that how we like how the tarot reader starts the day. So we start
Yes.
the day with our cards. Every day we pull out a card for ourselves. We seek guidance from the card, and then we do journaling. That is very very important.
Okay. So you journal it, whatever has been
Yes,
showed to you.
daily. Yes, daily morning we pick a card for ourselves. We seek guidance, and at the end of the day we observe what the card had come for us, and we connect with the card, with the events, and what new insights we got throughout the day. And in the evening before going to bed we pay gratitude and we thank.
Okay. Okay.
So that is
That's
how.
wonderful. So these full all the cards, like as you mentioned, the Rider, Oracle, and the Angel, all three cards, whoever is connected with those things. So and tarot card reader always has that routine, I think.
Yes, yes. All of us have that kind of thing. See,
Okay.
we may have more than 10, 15 decks also, but we may not use all. We
Okay.
find connect with few. There are some
Okay.
cards which we regularly use. Like I told you, Rider Waite is my deck, which I use regularly for
Right.
clients. Then angelic cards are there, oracle cards are there. So one or two cards. We don't use all the cards every time.
During however your schedule would be, this is one thing which is a routine type every
Yes,
morning.
every morning.
And I
Yes,
think that helps also to develop the intuitions and
yes,
get you more closer to the card.
cards.
Any specific things which you would want to share to our listeners or viewers who are listening this podcast and watching,
Yes.
because this was a just a kind of tarot card, not the depth one. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. To all the listeners, I would really like to say one thing, that we should not seek guidance only when we are in trouble.
Okay.
We can seek guidance when we are at crossroads, when we feel yes we can do still better. They give beautiful guidance in day to day life, and I'm observing this, that they help you really progress faster in your day to day routine. It is not that you become dependent on them. I don't say that, oh, जैसे you may feel that, oh, इसके इसको पूछे बगैर हम कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते, ऐसा नहीं है. But if you get, for example, like in the morning, if I get a card which is guiding me कि भाई आज कुछ ऐसा वाद विवाद हो सकता है, so it is better in your workplace. Everybody will have different opinions, isn't it? So if अगर ऐसी कुछ ऐसा कार्ड कुछ आता है, तो I will get an understanding that yes, I have to keep calm. उनके साथ अगर if I also start placing my opinions and talking on top of my voice, it won't help. Rather, I should listen to everybody, take the opinion of all my colleagues, and then come to a consensus. So कितना अच्छा guidance है ना दे.
Of course.
So it
Yeah.
becomes a very successful day. Instead of having any arguments, very peacefully you resolve a problem. So this is how the tarot cards really help. So I
Okay.
feel, yeah, this tool can be really used by many youngsters and people who really they feel, oh, I'll become dependent on that. मैं इस मतलब भाई मैं भविष्य में सो मतलब भविष्य पूछने लगूंगा या but it is not like that. It is a guidance tool. So you can pave your path in a better way if you seek guidance. Is what my I feel that everyone should know little bit about these cards and seek guidance
Okay, okay.
because it takes you towards spirituality also.
True,
It
true.
connects you to the universe. It gives you a realization that yes, there are energies around you, and when you take those positive energies, you progress faster.
Okay,
Usually we live with a lot of negativity around us. We catch the negative energy because both types of energies are around us. But
right.
this divination tool will teach you to tap the positive energies around you and really make the most of it for your success.
Great, great. I hope the viewers also look forward for basic
Yeah.
tarot card rather than, as you mentioned, only for future or when they are in some situations just come. So yeah,
Yeah.
in that case, obviously they will develop interest and work forward for a positive attractions accordingly, or even get
Yeah.
a good path to wherever they are leading to.
Yeah.
So that's there, of course. So it was a nice altogether talking to you, and probably we would connect more into depth to understand more about tarot cards and the other healing, because I'm aware that apart from tarot you are into numerology and many other
Yes.
healing
Crystal
types. So
healing,
we would
Lama
break
Fera.
into Nama Fera and Reikis and all. We would break into this was just a heads up on
Yeah.
the intro type. So let's hope to connect for the next level and understand more about the energies and
Yes.
have a positive people. And also one last thing, if in case anyone wants to get in connect with you, where should one come to you, like where we can find you?
Yeah, the best place is to get in touch on Instagram. I have my profile there, Tarot with Neena, and all the details are there. My WhatsApp number is there. My mail ID is there, so they can connect with me through that.
Yeah, thank you.